students, good morning to all. Today we are going to learn a new lesson, new chapter, chapter 10, motion and measurement of distances. Motion and measurement of distances. From the topic itself, we can analyze that what we are going to learn. Yes, we are going to learn about motion. We are going to learn about what? Motion. What is motion? Yes, what is motion? All of you listen. Okay, all of you look at me. Yes, what happened to me? Yes, I have. What happened to me? Yes, I have changed my position. I have changed my position from here to here. So we can say that I have change in motion. Change in motion. Okay, then what happened if we know that some object is at rest. Some object is at rest that cannot move from one place to another. That state of object is called rest. There is no change in position. No change in position. We can say that is rest in position. Yes, here rest, no change in position. If an object get no change in position, if we can say that it is at rest. We can say that it is at where? It is at rest. Okay. Next one, motion. What do you mean by motion? Motion means a body is in a state of rest when it changes position. Then we can say that it changes its position with respect to time. We can say that it is under motion. That object gets motion. The object is in motion. Okay, all of you understood about motion and rest. Motion means a body is in a state of rest. When it does not changes its position with respect to time, it is called rest. The body is in rest. Then when the body is in motion, we can say that a body is said to be in motion when it changes its position with respect to time. Changes its position with respect to time. This is called motion. When a body is said to be in motion, it changes its position with respect to time. Then rest means a body is in a state of rest when it does not change its position. When a body is in rest, it does not change its position with respect to time. It does not change its position with respect to time. Okay, for example for motion, we can see from our surroundings. Example for motion. Which are the examples for motion? Yes, a flying bird. Then next example, yes, seconds hand of the clock. Seconds hand of the clock. Hands of the clock. Then a flying bird. Then another example, moving car, motion of a train, etc. are example for motion. Etc. are example for what? motion. Then example for rest. Rest, example for rest. Then our school. School is an example for an object that does not have a change in position with respect to time. Or our house is also an example for a body is at rest. Next one, tables. Clock. House, table, then clock, chair, then clock, chair, etc. are example for one, the body at rest. Okay, what have you understood about motion and rest? Rest means when a body is in a body is in state of rest, when it does not change its position with respect to time, we can say that it is at rest. Example, house, table, clock, chair, etc. are example for what body is at rest. Then what is motion? What is motion? A body is said to be in motion. Said to be in motion when it changes its position. When it changes its position with respect to time, we can say that it is called motion. Example for motion: a flying bird, seconds hand of the clock, then moving car, then moving train, etc. are example for what? Example for motion. All moving objects change in position. An object if changes position, changes its position with respect to time, we can say that the body undergoes a motion. The body undergoes motion. Okay, all of you understood about motion. Once again, in this chapter, we learn more about motion. What do we mean by motion? Motion means when a body is said to be in motion, when it changes its position with respect to time, is called motion. Example for motion: a flying bird, seconds, hands of the clock, etc. are example for motion. Then next is rest. Rest means when a body is in a state of rest, when it does not change its position with respect to time, it is called rest. It is called rest. Example for the object is at rest, that is a house, table, clock, chair, etc. are example for the body is at rest. Okay, next we are going to, here in your textbook a column is given, table 10.4, objects at rest and in motion. All of you listen. Objects at rest and objects in motion. Some examples are also given. We should classify that examples, objects at rest and objects in motion. Objects at rest. Objects at rest. Objects in motion. Objects in motion. Here, first one, butterfly, objects in motion. Objects in motion, butterfly is an example for objects in motion. Butterfly. Next one, a dog. Dog is also example for objects in motion. Then cow is an example for objects in motion. Our hands, hand is also example for objects in motion. Then a small baby is also example for what? Example for objects in motion. Then next one, a fish in water. A fish in water is also example for objects in motion. Then fish in water. Next, a house. A house is an object in motion? No. Objects at rest. House. Objects at rest. Next one, a factory. factory, a factory, a factory. Factory is also an object at rest. Next step, a piece of stone, a piece of stone, a piece of stone. Next step, a horse. A horse is also an example for an object in motion. A horse. A ball. A ball. A moving ball is an example for objects in motion. A ball is an example for objects at rest. Next step. A bat. A bat is also an example for object at rest. Then next step. A moving train. Moving car. Moving train. Etc. are examples for objects in motion. Next step. Next, a sewing machine. A sewing machine is also objects in motion. A sewing machine is not objects in motion. Objects at rest. Objects at rest. The sewing machine. Sewing machine. Sewing machine. Next step. A wall clock or the hands of a clock. Hands of a clock is an example for an object in motion. Hands of a clock. Hands of a clock. Hands of a clock is also an example for objects in motion. So we can classify the objects. Objects are in objects at rest and objects in motion. What do you mean by objects at rest? A body is said to be in rest when it does not change its position with respect to time is called object. That is called objects at rest. A body is said to be in motion when it changes its position with respect to time is called objects in motion. Example for objects at rest: house, factory, piece of stone, ball, bag, sewing machine, etc. are example for objects at rest. Then objects in motion, example butterfly, dog, cow, then our hands, small boy, a small baby, then a fish in water, a horse, moving car or moving train, then hands of a clock, etc. are example for objects in motion. Etc. are example for objects in motion. Okay, next we are going to learn about types of motion. Types of motion. All of you listen. Types of motion. Types of motion. Types of motion. There are different types of motions are present. First one, rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion, circular motion, periodic motion, then rotational motion, etc. are different types of motion. First one, rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion. Then circular motion. Then third one, periodic motion. Rectilinear motion, periodic motion. Rectilinear motion, circular motion, periodic motion, then rotational motion. Fourth one, rotational motion. These are the different types of motion. First one, rectilinear motion. Which are the different types of motion? Rectilinear motion, circular motion, periodic motion, rotational motion, orbital motion, etc. Different types of motions are there. Here we should study about rectilinear motion, circular motion, periodic motion, rotational motion. First one, rectilinear motion. First one, rectilinear motion. Here, the rectilinear motion means when a body is moving in a straight line path, it is called rectilinear motion. When a body is moving in a straight line path, body is moving in a straight line path, body is moving in a straight line path, body is moving in a straight line path. Straight line path, then it is called rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion means when a body is moving in a straight line path, it is called rectilinear motion. For example, falling. If we put down a coin from a height towards the ground, then the movement of coin falling from a building or a height is an example for rectilinear motion. Then for another example, we can say that a car moving in a straight road. Another example, sprinters in a 100-meter race. Etc. are example for rectilinear motion. The rectilinear motion, when a body is moving in a straight line path, it is called rectilinear motion. Example, coin falling from a building, then motion of a car along a straight road, then motion of sprinters in the 100-meter race, etc. are example for what? Rectilinear motion. Another example, so we can say so many examples for rectilinear motion. Once again about rectilinear motion. What do you mean by rectilinear motion? When a body is moving in a straight line path, it is called a rectilinear motion. When a body is moving in a straight line path, it is called a rectilinear motion. Example, a coin is falling from a building, then a car is moving along a straight road, sprinters moving 100-meter race along a straight track, etc. are example for rectilinear motion. In your textbook, page number 103, we can see the examples. For rectilinear motion. Here, the car moving in a straight road. That is straight line path. So we can say that the car is in rectilinear motion. Another example is here. Here we can say that some examples here. The soldiers are moving in the parade ground in a straight path. So we can say that is also in rectilinear motion. Another example, we can say that falling of a coin from a building, etc. are example for what? Rectilinear motion. Next one, circular motion. Another type of motion is circular motion. When a body moves in a circular path, it is called circular motion. When a body moves in a circular path, its motion is known as circular motion. Then, in circular motion, the object remains at the same distance from a fixed path. The object remains at the same distance from the fixed path. So, in circular motion, when a body moves in a circular path, its motion is called circular motion. And if in a circular motion, the object remains at the same distance from the fixed path, fixed point. The object remains the same distance from the fixed going. Example for circular motion. Motion of stone tied in a thread. Motion of stone. If a stone is tied in a thread, then we move the thread in a circular direction. That motion is called circular motion, and also the distance from the fixed point is equal. In a circular motion, the distance of the path remains same at the fixed point. Okay, at the fixed point. Okay, all of you understood about it? Okay, once again about the types of motion. We learn about rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion, an object moves in a straight line path. Then it is called rectilinear motion. Example, a car moving in a straight road. Then a coin falling from a building. Then next one, another example, sprinters in a 100-meter race along a straight track, etc. Example for rectilinear motion. Another is circular motion. Circular motion, when a body moves in a circular path, its motion is known as circular motion. In a circular motion, objects remains the same distance from the fixed path. Objects remains the same distance from the fixed point. Example for circular motion. Motion of stone tied in a thread and word. Then motion of a fan blade, moving fan blade. Motion of a moving fan blade. Motion of a moving fan. Motion of a moving fan blade. Moving fan blade. Then another example we can say that motion of a fan blade, motion of seconds, hands in a clock. Motion of seconds, hands in a clock. Motion of seconds, hands in a clock. Our example for circular motion. Another example we can say that for circular motion, motion of a moving fan blade, motion of second hands in a clock. Then another example, then motion of a stone tied in a string and bird, etc. Are example for circular motion. Next one, periodic motion. What is periodic motion? Motion in which an object repeats its motion after a fixed interval of time. Fixed or regular interval of time. That means motion in which an object repeats its motion after a fixed interval of time is called periodic motion. Example for periodic motion, oscillation of a pendulum, the to and fro motion of a pendulum, or the pendulum clocks. Pendulum is also an example for periodic motion. Periodic motion means motion in which an object repeats its motion, after a regular interval of time or fixed interval of time is called periodic motion. Example for periodic motion is oscillation of a pendulum. Example for periodic motion is oscillation of a pendulum. Next one, motion of a string. Oscillation of a pendulum, motion of a swing, etc. are example for periodic motion, etc. are example for periodic motion in your textbook. We can see so many examples for circular, here periodic motion, here the motion of a swing. The to and from motion of a swing is also an example for periodic motion. Here the fan's leaf blade is also an example for one circular motion. Here another example for circular motion. Here fan's leaf blade. Then here it is also an example for circular motion. Then another example for periodic motions is then a branch of tree moving to and fro. A branch of tree moving to and fro during the time of wind blowing is also an example for periodic motion. When the motion of an object repeats its motion after a fixed interval of time, it is called a periodic motion. Another example, motion of a child on a swing. Then strings of guitar, or the membrane of drums being played, etc. are example for periodic motion. Okay, so next motion, rotational motion. Rotational motion means motion in which a whole body moves about an axis is called a rotation. Rotational motion means motion of top, then rotation of earth, etc. are example for rotational motion. Rotational motion means motion in which a whole body, that body moves in a about an axis. That body moves about. All of you listen here. Suppose we know that here is the sun, here is the earth. So the earth moves. The whole body moves. About an axis. About an axis. That is called rotational motion. Example for rotational motion is motion of top, rotation of earth, etc. are example for rotational motion. What if you understood about the types of motion? Once again, types of motion. There are different types of motions are present. Rectilinear motion, circular motion, periodic motion, rotational motion. First one, rectilinear motion. When the motion of a body is moving in a straight line path, its motion is called rectilinear motion. Example for rectilinear motion: motion of a car along a straight road. Then motion of sprinters in a 100-meter race. Motion of example for straight motion of a moving car in a straight road, etc. are example for rectilinear motion. Another one, circular motion. Circular motion means motion in which an object moves in a circular path. That circular path is called a circular motion. In a circular motion, the object remains at the same distance from the fixed point. Example for circular motion: motion of a moving fan blade, then motion of seconds hands in a clock, etc. are example for circular motion. Another one, periodic motion. Periodic motion means motion in which an object repeats its motion after the regular interval of time or fixed interval of time is called periodic motion. Example, oscillation of a pendulum, then motion of a swing, oscillation of a pendulum, motion of a swing, etc. are example for periodic motion. Next one, rotational motion. Rotational motion means motion in which a whole body moves. Motion in which a whole body moves in a about an axis is called rotational rotational motion. Example, motion of globe, then rotation of earth, etc. are example for what? Rotational motion. Okay. In your textbook, some examples are given for rotational motion, circular motion, then periodic motion, then rectilinear motion, etc. Next, we are going to study about means of transport. Means of transport. Story of transport during the ancient times. During ancient times. Here, we know that long ago, in earlier period, people did not have any means of transport. People did not have any means of transport. They used to move only on what? Food. Only on their food. And also they carried goods on their back. There is no means of transport facilities are available in long ago. During the ancient period. Okay, later they began to use animals for transportation. Then they use animals for their transportation. Then they use transport through water, routes, boats. Boats were used from ancient times. Then boats were simple logs of wood. They were made boats with the help of wood. Then wood which a hollow cavity could be made. Hollow cavity could be made. Later, people learned to different places, pieces of wood, and gave shapes to the boards. Then these shapes initiated for and into that shapes we developed the transport facilities or during the ancient period. And also for making boards, they know about the streamlined shape of fish. So that shape will help the boats to easily move through water. Then after they make boats with the help of woods, they invent wheel. That changes in a modes of transport. And also the wheel was improved over thousands of years. Wheel was improved over thousands of years. Then animals also used to pull carts with the help of wheels. Then on the beginning of 19th century, people depend on animals, boats, and ships to transport from one place to another, and also transport their goods from one place to another. Then the invention of steam engine. Steam engine led to the development of new means of transport. Today, invention of steam engine led to the development of new means of transport. Then railroads, etc. are also made by the people by the invention. That also they use by the invention. After the invention of steam engine, they made automobiles such as motor cars, trucks, and buses. Motor cars, trucks, and buses. Then these are the means of transport facilities used by the peoples today and also in the ancient periods. Once again about the means of transport. In the earlier period, the man used their barefoot to travel from one place to another, and also they use their shoulders, their backs to carry their goods from one place to another. There is no modes of transport available in the ancient period. Then they use they make some woods with the help of woods. They make boards in a hollow structure. After they know that the type of woods, they make boards. Then they invent wheel. Then with the help of wheel they pull carts to travel from one place to another, and also carry goods from one place to another. In the beginning of 19th century, they invent what? Yes, they invent steam engine. Then steam engine. After the development of steam engine, new means of transport facilities are developed, railroads are developed, then wagons are they make. After automobiles such as cars, motors, buses, etc. are also they invented during beginning of 19th century. Okay, next one. How wide is this desk? How wide is this desk? Measuring length and measuring length. Next we are going to learn about measuring length. Measuring length. Measuring length. Do you know how in the ancient period the length can be measured by the people during ancient period? They use their hand span. They use their hand span, and also they use their foot to measure the distance. Hand spans means here if we measure the blackboard we use the hand spans. Here from here to 1, then here to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so how we measure the blackboard? Yes, we can measure it's 12 hand span. 12 hand span. 12 hand span. Here for measuring length, for we get a measurement, that measurement contains, it is the measurement, it is the measurement, that measurement contains two things, one is the number, and another one is unit. Unit. Here we measure the length of blackboard by using our hand span. We take our hand span as 1 unit. So here 1 2 we get 12 hand span. We need 12 hand spans to measure the length of the blackboard. So we measure the length of blackboard is 12 hand span. In ancient time, 12 hand span. So here, with 12 hand span, we get 12 hand span measurement. So from the measurement contains two things. First one, a number and a unit. Here, number is 12. And the unit is hand span. Another example, if we measure the length of the classroom, in the ancient period, people use their food. To measure the length of the classroom. Then one food is taken as 1 unit. So they take for example, they take 12 food. 12 food. Here the measurement contains two things. First one, the number 12, and second part is the unit, that is food. Okay, here we get 12 food. 12 is the number and food is the unit. What are things we learned today? Yes, we learned about motion, then rest, different types of motions we learned. Okay, let's wind up the class. Then all of you read your text more and more times. Then if you have any doubt, ask me.